כל השנה הלכות בכל יום מובטח לו שהוא בנער עולם הבא. בעזרת השם, the mitzvah from the Torah, anybody who wants to gain olam haba must learn 2 mitzvot d'oraita constantly every day. And according to the many poskim, and according to many rishonim and achronim, the 2 mitzvot, the 2 halachot, it's talking about 2 mitzvot d'oraita. Today, every day has their own mitzvot, shaykh to its day. Today we have mitzvah number 537 and 538. Mitzvah 536, last week we discussed that the Beit Din has to murder a person who's chayav to be killed. Right? So now, even though the Beit Din paskin for the person to be dead, killed, what do we do? He must be... Come closer. So I have like this. A person who was punished by capital punishment by Din, he must be buried on the same day that he was killed. Usually, the punishments would take place early in the morning. What happened was, yesterday they decided they're going to kill him. They waited another day, and the next day, early in the morning, when the time comes, they finish davening, whatever it is, there's no breakfast, lunch, they actually have to do ta'anit on that day. At any time that Beit Din killed somebody, they must do ta'anit. They cannot go home and enjoy themselves. That was the most saddest day of their life. And it says over there, the whole B'chalokit, if a Beit Din kills once in 7 years, what happens if it's a bad Beit Din? Some say even one Beit Din that kills somebody in 70 years, it's a bad Beit Din. However, here you have a Beit Din that fulfilled the mitzvah Torah. The Torah obligates them to kill. Even though he was punished by death, he has to be buried the same day. As we know, like every other Jew, no Jew is allowed to be buried at night. We know that, right? Throughout the whole world, Jews must be buried during the day. However, in Yerushalayim, they don't wait. Even in the middle of the night. In Yerushalayim, within 2 hours, the person must be buried. Yerushalayim has the special significance called a holy city. It's not holy city just by name. It's actually holy with action.
Just in Jerusalem or in...
Only in Yerushalayim. In Yerushalayim, if a person dies at 1 o'clock in the morning, he must be buried by 3 o'clock in the morning. They don't care. Within 2 hours, they must bury the body. Some say within an hour. There's a whole thing over there. There's no playing games in Yerushalayim. Let's wait. Let's for the family. That's not allowed. Okay? So even...
Tel Aviv?
What?
If it's, let's say, Tel Aviv or other cities?
No problem. If Tel Aviv, during the day, before nightfall. Throughout the whole world, if a Jew dies, he must be buried before nightfall. He must be. Unless it's for his honor, like Rabbi Chaim Kanievsky who died on Friday, right? So he was in Bnei Brak. If he was in Yerushalayim, nobody would ask, and nobody would care. They would bury him right away, like his father-in-law was buried right away. Rabbi Yashiv, no questions asked in Yerushalayim. But Rabbi Chaim Kanievsky, he was buried. He died on Friday, Shushan Purim, right? Purim was on Thursday that year, last year, and so they waited till Sunday. But over there, it was for his honor, for the Kvod Hamet, because Friday it was going to go too quickly, and they didn't want. If they would ask me for him, I would say bury him on Friday, because unfortunately, the Kvod Hamet, that Sunday, there was a lot more people that had to end up in the hospital. If they would have buried him on Friday, there would have been 1, 2, 3 chick-chack, very quick burial. There would be a couple of, maybe 100,000 people. Like this, there was hundreds of thousands of people. People ended up in the hospital. There was a balagan, and if you ask me, Kvod Hamet is not people getting harmed. That's, if you ask them,
people trying to get there, they got
there was people harmed and people were dehydrated. People were hurt. Things happening there, like Avadia, same thing about Avadia. The balconies falling down, people climbing poles. Okay, anyway, so this is what we're talking about here. Now the person must be buried in the first on the same day, even though he was punished, like every other dead person. Mitzvah number 538. If you found an object that you have to proclaim that I found this object, like it has a simanim. Let's say you were walking in the street and you found a scooter. A scooter obviously belongs to everybody, so it depends. Like if the people just throw out scooters all the time. So there's a lot of things that will depend. The Sechta Bab Matzeh is full of this whole thing, of this whole concept. When you find items where you have to obligate to announce them. That's mitzvah number 538. Be'ezrat Hashem, we're going to start off the mitzvot. Mitzvot are sponsored, Be'ezrat Hashem, לרפואה שלמה, לכל חולי עם ישראל בחלם, ליוסף חיים בן מפרד, חיה בת לאה, וגם? רפואה שלמה? אברהם בן רחל?
וגם אפרים בן מזל.
אפרים בן מזל, רפואה שלמה?
רוזה בת חנה.
Rosa bat Chana, רפואה שלמה בעזרת השם, also Marussia bat Suri. Mitzvah number 537. לקבור מי שנתלה ביום ההוא. So the person who was who was who made a capital punishment on him, and in the end we learned last week that they have to also hang him. It says in the Torah you must bury him, and that's at the same time as it says Sheneemar Devarim chapter 21 pasuk 23 Ki kavor tikverenu bayom hahu v'gomar. Over there it says you must bury him on the same day. David, Shubalit Veloshon Sifri Ki kavor tikverenu bayom hahu mitzvat aseh. It's a mitzvah aseh d'oraita to bury the person on the same day. Mishosheh mitzvah, as it says in the mitzvah, the foundation of this mitzvah. Mashi Skiru Zichronam Lebracha Mishnah Perek Nigmar Adin, as our sages told us in the Mishnah in Sanhedrin, page 46, Amud Aleph, Shamru Sham Ki Lelat Elohim Talui. It's actually a bad thing that Pasuk says that it's a curse for Hashem, the ones that hanging. What does that mean? Kolomar Shelo Yomru Habriyot Mipnei Mazeh Talui. That people shouldn't say, "Oh, why is this person hanging?" Mipnei Shikelel Et Hashem. Remember, the two people specifically get hanged after their capital punishment. You said two people. Which ones? One who's Megadev, who blesses Hashem, and one who is doing Avodah Zarah. Again, both of them related defiling Hashem's name. So if he's going to be hanging, the people are going to ask him, why is he hanging? Oh, because he defiled Hashem's name. Oh. ונמצא בהזכירם זה ובעולותם הדבר בפיהם שהם מחללים שם שמיים. And because it will be in such a matter, people will say, oh, this person is hanging, it's Chilul Hashem. And therefore you don't want that. So therefore, the gomlim ra lenafsham. And people who are Chas v'shalom describing any time when the Jew, why we say Birkat Hashem? Chas v'shalom, we don't say the word curse Hashem. Why don't we say curse Hashem? This person curse Hashem? Because we don't want to utter those words from our mouth. The more often you utter such a word from your mouth, it becomes easier for you to accept such a concept of Has v'Shalom, cursing God. And therefore we don't say curse God. So what do we say? Every book is written blessing Hashem. Anytime, the halacha, when we're discussing a person who cursed Hashem's name, Has v'Shalom, we don't say he cursed Hashem's name because we don't want to defile our mouths. So therefore we say blessed Hashem. And everybody understands. It doesn't mean a person doesn't get killed for blessing Hashem. Obviously he gets killed the opposite of blessing Hashem. Therefore we train our mouths. And Has v'Shalom, the same concept over here. A person is hanging, people are going to say, why is he hanging? Oh, because he, Has v'Shalom, they're going to utter the words, he blessed Hashem the other way around. And that will be Chilul Hashem. And that what Hashem doesn't want. Therefore, Hashem doesn't want that people should be discussing why this guy is hanging on the tree. Therefore, they hang him for 30 seconds and they put him down. So the people should not be talking. Medinei mitzvah, as our sages told us, מה שאמרו זיכרונם לברכה, as our sages told us, שאין מצווה זו בנטלה לבד, אלא אף כל הרוגי בית דין מצווה לקוברן ביום הריגתם. Obviously, it's not only talking about a person who was nitla, a person who's hanged. He was talking about every individual who the Beit Din had to kill. גם בכלל המצווה לקבור, כל מה שישראל ביום מותו. You want to translate for him? יש לנו חיים. Translation, Spanish. Baruch Hashem. Translation. If you want to translate to him, it's also good. In the middle, unless he wants to daven first. Okay, so now, so anybody who was who had what's his name, who had a capital punishment in Beit Din, by any reason, like what's the four punishments in Beit Din? Capital punishments: skila, srefa, hereg, chenek. Right? What's srefa? Burn. Skila is stoning. Srefa is what? Burn. What? How they burn? They don't put him on the stake and burn in the fire. They open his mouth and they put inside hot lead. Not гихалим. Hot lead. You know what is hot lead? Свинец. Горячий делают и потом льют в живот. Через рот. Хенек. What is хенек? Душу. They strangle him. Два часа. А потом херек. What is херек? Side. Chop off his head. That's the easiest one. According to Machloket, but הלוואי שהיו עושים את זה, היה הכי טוב. זה היה טוב בכלל, אם היו עושים את זה, today if they were doing it, they would be no... מה זה דאעש?
Daesh, ISIS.
ISIS, but they don't do it with the Beit Din. They do Beit Din, it's a different story. Okay, so same thing. Everybody who got killed by the Beit Din must be buried that same day. ביום הריגתם. גם בכלל המצווה לקבור כל מת מישראל ביום מותו. Same too, we learn over here, anyone who died that same day must be buried. ומפני כן יקראו זיכרונם לברכה, המת שאין לו מי שיתעסק בקבורתו מת מצווה. Therefore, if you see a dead body in the street, and nobody wants to bury this person or able to bury this person, it's a met mitzvah incumbent on even על כהן גדול לטמא עצמו ולהתעסק בקבורתו. Even כהן גדול has to go and bury him. כלומר, שמצווה על כל לקוברו מצד הציווי הזה. It's a mitzvah דאורייתא 537 to go and bury every dead person. ואמרו זיכרונם לברכה במשנה הנזכרת. So too our sages told us in the Mishnah. ששני קברות היו נתקנין לבית דין. There were two בית חייםs in בית דין. אחד לנהרגין ולנהרגין שנדע שדינם קל. So there were two cemeteries. One cemetery would be people who were killed with what? With strangulation and chopping off the head. ואחר שנתאכל בשר הנידון לשם מלקטין בדינם חמור. ואחד נהרגן, אוקיי, שנקל. ואחר שנתאכל בשר הנידון לשם מלקטים את עצמתות וקוברין אותם בקברות אבותיהם. Oh, what happens is like this. So this cemetery, they would bury the person who was punished, and after a year, the meat is all gone. The worms eat up all the meat. They take the bones and they bury them with their fathers, with the buriers of the fathers. You hear what's going on? ויתר פרטי בפרק הנזכר, ונוהגת מצווה זו לעניין הרוגי בית דין בזמן שנוהג דיני הנפשות. Obviously, but this mitzvah is only the time where the בית דין had power, and that's not today. ולעניין שאר מתי ישראל בכל מקום, בכל זמן, בזרם מן הכאבות שמצווה לקברם ביום מיתה. So the question would be, Shlomo, what happens, what do we do a person who married Goya? מה עושים יהודי, איפה קוברים אותו? יהודי שהתחתן עם גויה. כן. מה? לא יודע.
מה זה קשור? כל יהודי זה יעלום.
מה?
כל יהודי זה יעלום. אני גם אומר.
לא, הוא עכשיו נשוי לגויה. מה? לא, אבל פה, תראה, מה כותב פה? He's saying that if a Jew was killed by בית דין, they don't bury him right away in the regular cemetery. They bury him where the regular Beit Din cemetery. They wait 1 year for his body to die, and then they take that somewhat, and then they bury the father. So maybe it should be the same din. No. The question is, somebody who's married the Goya, maybe the same thing. Bury him wherever bury him. That is, somewhat go down to the skin. Take his bones after a year. Well, we know that what happens. אז אותו דבר צריך לעשות, וזהו. Listen, it's a discussion. It's a מחלוקת. ועובר על זה, והלן את המת שלא לכבודו, ביטל עשה זה. Any person who lives over a dead body, not for the honor of the dead person, he transgressed this avera. Transgressed this mitzvah deoraita. Mitzvah says to bury him, and he didn't bury him. He delayed his burial, not because of the honor. Have a wonderful day. Have a safe trip, and go. Lechu l'shalom, tachzoru v'shalom. So what's that? Your family is here or there?
I'm sorry?
Your family is here already or there still?
Half here, half there.
So bring all your family.
Everybody down here. And
Next week I'm going away for 3 days, but I'll be back.
and usually
5:45 in the morning, or Sunday 7 o'clock.
Thank you.
Bezat Hashem. Okay, mitzvah number 538. Oh, this is a very important mitzvah. Hashavat Avedah. What do we do? Mitzvah le'ashiv ha'avedah le'ba'leiha. It says that is a mitzvah deoraita to return items that are lost from their owners. Sheneimar. It says in Dvarim chapter 22, pasuk aleph. Hashev tashivem ala achicha. Return the items that were lost. Ubibiur amru zichronam lebracha. And our sages explain over there, Matzia, the page 30, Amud aleph. Hashev Avedah Aseh Hu. It's a mitzvah d'oraita to return a lost item to a person who lost it. ונכפלה המצווה, דוד, עוד שוט את המגדיר, שק פקונה. ונכפלה המצווה במקום אחר, בתורה שנאמר, mitzvah of returning an item that was lost, and the Torah was actually repeats the mitzvah twice, as it says, כי תפגע שור אחיך. when you're gonna find a
דווקא אמרת
cow.
לו את זה, הדלקת אותו, תאמין.
כן,
לי. דווקא לא אמרת את זה?
הקדוש ברוך הוא יודע מה צריך להגיד.
וואי.
מי שצריך לשמוע דבר הוא ישמע. כי תפגע שור אחיך, what happens? Listen, you go out and you see all of a sudden a cow of your friend that was lost. השב תשיבם לאחיך. You're obligated, you hear David? You're obligated to take a cow and return it to your friend. So the question is like this. You lost a cow and your father lost a hamor. You know, cow and hamor, they don't walk together. They don't walk together. It's impossible. One is pushing this way, one is pushing that way. So, whose do you return? Your father's hamor or your cow? Whose cow? Who comes first, David?
Father.
Huh?
Father.
You hear, David? You agree? No, can't. Yours first.
Yours first?
Yes, because your lost items are more important to you, and that's Torah. The Torah says you have to take care of yourself first. If you're taken care of, then you have to take care of your father. But in this instance, even though your father is, you have a mitzvah to respect him, but an item that was lost, let's say better. What happens if your father lost a chamor and your rabbi lost a cow, and now you found them both, and you could return only one? Which one do you return? No. The famous Gemara in Baba Metzia, Daf Lamed Gimel Amud Aleph over there. Huh? The rabbi. Why? Because your father brings you to this world, and the rabbi brings you to the Olam Haba. However, if your father is a Talmid Chacham, then your father. Okay. Shoresh mitzvah zu yadua. Everybody knows. Yeah. Rafael. Avidat Rabcha ve'avidat Aviv. Avidat של מי?
שמי משיבים ראשון?
כן.
של הרב.
כן. Beautiful. גמרא בבציע? Beautiful.
זה חתן שלנו.
זה החתן שלנו, ראית? שתהיה החתן שלך, תדבר.
לא שלי, של...
אני יודע. שורש מצווה זו ידוע. Everybody knows the מצווה, כי יש בזה תועלת הכל, וישוב המדינה. Obviously, that's how a country sustains itself. That's how the society could stay. שהשכחה בכל היא מצויה. Everybody loses items. Everybody forgets items. גם בהמתן וכל החייתם בורחים תמיד הנה והנה. Everybody, the animals run away, the items get lost, items misplaced. So therefore, it's a good thing for society. ואם המצווה הזאת שהיא באמנו, בעמנו, יהיה נשמרת הבהמות והכלים בכל מקום שיהיו בארצנו הקדושה, כאילו הן תחת יד הבעלים, בכל פקדי השם ישרים משמחי לב. There is actually, the Gemara says, if you have an item that you find that belongs to your friend, and you take it to return it, it's what? It's called Shomer Chinam, right? He is a free watchman. The Gemara has opinion, no. He's a paid watchman. Why is he a paid watchman? Nobody's paying him. You know why he's a paid watchman? Because it's a Torah obligation. This mitzvah, number 538, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to reward him for this mitzvah, and therefore it's like he's being paid. It's like he's being paid, and therefore he's not a Shomer Chinam, he becomes Shomer Sachar. He's not a free watchman, he's actually a paid watchman, and therefore he has different obligations. Yeah. You could be obligated to actually, if the item you find, it was your misbehavior, your misappropriation got lost, you're going to have to pay for it.
Whoa.
Yeah. That's how they cut. The Gemara discusses over there this loss. Sages taught us over there in where is this? Chaf Aleph Amud Aleph. Which Gemara is this? Did he tell us which Gemara before? No, 1 second. Baba Metzia. Yeah. Page 21 of Baba Metzia. Page שיש.
פיצות, ברוסית כמה זה?
מה?
פיצות.
פיצות?
לא, בלי לצחוק, כמה אומרים 500? דבר.
מה? שאתה קורא פיצות, אני פה.
500 ברוסית, איך אומרים 500?
פיצות.
פיצות.
פיצות, אתה 500.
אותו דבר, מה? פיצות.
פיצות. זה לא. פיצות, לא פיצות. לא.
זה מילה זה מילה רע.
לא, פיצות. פיצות זה 500. לא פיצות.
פיצות.
איפה?
עם תוספות. עם התוספות מלמעלה.
פיצות עם תוספות, יפה מאוד. wise guy, in the middle of זה, אוקיי. בדיני המצווה, מה שאמרו זה אומרים לך, הסרט שתדע שיש מציאת שהאדם מוצא בעניין ובמקום שאינו חייב להשיבן לבעליהן, אלא זוכה בהן לעצמו שלא חייביהו התורה כבעלו. וכמו שאמרו במשנה, אלו מציאות שלא מצא פירות מפוזרים. Oh, not everything that you find you have to obligated to return it. Certain items, if there is no simbarim and it's not organized properly, if you found apples in the street, you have to return now claim? No. If the apples were organized in something with a basket, maybe you could return. But if the baskets are just all over the streets, there's fruit, no problem. So certain things. All those rules
Also
are
predominantly goyish, goyim
not so pashut. It depends. If it belongs to a Jew, you have to return it. Yeah. Okay, all those rules. The mitzvah of returning is obligation everywhere in the world, males or females. Anyone who found an item is obligated to return, as we already mentioned, and he didn't return it, he transgresses עבירה. מלבד שעבר עליו כמו שכתבנו בסדר זה, ולהבין also he's going to just, there's going to be mitzvah, we're discussing tomorrow, mitzvah number 539. It's going to be actually a prohibition not to return items. So the rabbi is going to, B'ezrat Hashem, tomorrow we're going to discuss this concept of chas v'shalom, somebody who doesn't return an item, mitzvah 539 is going to be transgressing an avera from the Torah, and tomorrow will be discussed. Now let's go to halacha.